Kabuluhan and welcome to Middle Ages.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the period of European history from the 15th century CE to the period of the Renaissance.
I'd like to direct your attention to the museum, and we are departing to the medieval period. This is Middle Ages Museum on behalf of entire PSN Filipino Tuli, and we will showing great inventions.
Just enjoy, relax, and buckle up because we will be learning in great heights. Mga binibini at, brace yourself as we prepare for your takeoff.
Welcome to Middle Ages.
This period was an exceptionally influential era of Western art culture which gave rise to many famous medieval paintings. Major art movements took place during this time, and new art genres were created and different artistic traditions were meshed, including style from Middle East and Northern Africa. Many notable medieval art examples stand out as there was a vast variety of art produced during that time. However, medieval artists and their paintings have been recognized as instrumental for their contribution to the progression of art. Cries of Mercy between prophets David and Jeremiah, created by Diego de la Cruz. Middle Ages paintings were rich with religious symbolism and imagery. Medieval artists and their paintings predominantly portray holy figures and biblical narratives. Christ is depicted as the man of sorrows with the crown of thorns and displaying the wounds of his crucifixion. Image of Madonna and Child. The title that typically denotes a visual representation of Virgin Mary and her infant son Jesus are among painting's most praised motifs. During this time, artists look back to ancient times, culminating in a body of work that evokes classical interest. Originally, an ancient devotional practice that originated from biblical beliefs. Artistically representing this figure has become a central theme in the canon of art history. Nicholas Linder, Doctor of Philosophy and Medicine of Rothko and Breslau, and his wife, accompanied with children and patron saint, were depicted as donors venerating the apocalyptic Madonna crowned by angels. The painting represents the transition from Gothic to Renaissance in the art of celestial. The Coronation of Charlie May is a painting by the workshop of Italian Renaissance artist Raphael. The painting was part of Raphael's commission to decorate the room, that are now known as Stanze de Raffaello. It was used for meetings of the Segnatura. The tribunal presided over the people in person.
Thank you so much, Pauline, for a wonderful elaboration of medieval painting. So let's move on to the innovation and invention in Middle Ages. So please.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce you the astrolabe. Astrolabe was invented by the ancient Greek in 225 BC by Apollonius, but it only became famous in the early Middle Ages and in Europe. Back in 6th century, it was introduced in Europe and in Islamic country. The astrolabe is a portable astronomical calculating instrument. It can be used to perform all sorts of complex calculation using the position of sun and stars. And mapapansin niyo rin na merong iba't ibang markings ang astrolabe. At isa dyan ang may makikita kayong ibon, at hindi lang yan basta ibon. Ito ay tinatawag na constellation Corvus na isang crow. And next is the eyeglasses. Eyeglasses was invented by Salvino D'Amato del Armato of Florence. This was credited to him as the first wearable eyeglasses in Italy during 13th century. But some says wasn't his invention. Some writers says it was invented by other person. This eyeglasses was made of two convex lenses, animal bones, metal, and wood. To help people with farsightedness to enhance their ability to see small things or small things. And next is the hourglass. The first hourglass, or said sand clock, was invented by French monk called Liprand in 8th century AD. Hourglass was used in early factory. It was used to make metal things. Kasi kailangan siya ng sapat na oras, sapat na init. Kung kaya ginagamit to upang maging matibay yung bakal na kagamitan. Ito rin ay tinatawag na egg timer. Kasi nung sinaunang panahon, ito ay ginagamit, gusto ng mga tao na magluto ng hard-boiled egg. Mas sanay sila sa hard-boiled egg, kaya kailangan orasan at least 10 minutes. At ito rin ay ginagamit ng mga European ship noong 14th century dahil ito ay accurate kahit may matataas na alon ay hindi nababago ang accuracy nito. And last, the middle Columbus compass. Columbus compass was named after Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer and navigator. Uses this type of compass. When the age of exploration started during 14th century, sea voyages were prominent. Traders were desperately trying to get spices in Asia, but ang mga dadaanan nila ay isinarado dahil sa kasalukuyang digmang nagaganap. Instead, Columbus used this type of compass. Columbus used the celestial navigation, which is basically using the moon, the sun, and the stars. He also used the astrolabe, hourglass, and the quadrant. Ang quadrant ay isang uri ng astrolabe kung saan meron siyang kakaibang hugis at ito rin ay ginagamit upang ma-measure ang altitude ng iba't ibang celestial body patungo sa lugar na kanilang pupuntahan.
Okay, next is the musical notation. So as you can see here, it is a series of symbols that are drawn over the text to denote the changes in pitch. And actually, these symbols of dots and lines are called neumes. It is spelled as N-E-U-M-E-S and pronounced as neumes. And this musical notation are used in the plain chant song of the church during the medieval period.
The last one is the windmills. This is one of the scientific triumphs of the Middle Ages. Windmills were used as the mills proper for grinding corn into flour.
Thank you so much, Abigail and God. So let us move on to this wonderful and beautiful model. Please, Jory.
Now you are here in the section of wardrobe during the medieval period. In terms of the women's clothing, it is consisted of under tunic dress. It is the white one. And then over the under tunic dress, the women also wore the ankle to floor length tunic, which is called gowns or kirtles.
Now let's move on to the armors and weapons in Middle Ages.
In the armor of Roman soldier, the breastplate served as protection for some of the most important parts of the body. Ano ba yung mga important parts ng katawan natin na pinoprotektahan ng breastplate? This is our heart and lungs and some of our necessary organs. The next one is halberd. The halberd was an important weapon in Middle Europe. It enabled a foot soldier to contend with an armored man on horseback. The pikehead was used to keep the horseman at a distance, and the axe blade could spike or could strike a heavy cleaving blow to finish the opponent. Next one.
The next one is the fabice. One of the most common type of medieval shield was called fabice. This is also known as wall shield because of its large size. This is usually measured by 4 to 5 feet and had a rectangular size that covered the entire body. The last one is the pole axe. This is the European battle axe and widely used during the Middle Ages. It is used to aim the opponent's head.
Okay, thank you so much, Abigail and Kiel. After knowing the weapons and armors, let's move on to the utensils used in Middle Ages.
People in the medieval period don't usually use the fork, spoons, and knives, but they primarily use their fingers to eat with. But there is such an existence of these utensils. Just for the clarification, all of the items that you've seen here in this exhibit are just a representation, just for you to visualize how it looks like during the medieval period.
Okay, thank you so much, Jory. For our final destination, can you please follow me here? So as you can see, there is a temple, and it is created with pillars. Pillars is part of the architecture in medieval period, and it somehow represents how sacred or how powerful or how well the structure it is. So, on this side, you can see the painted glass. It is commonly seen in churches as a design. And